minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
That intro makes me want to drink.
Whoop, whoop. What's
That
up,
makes me
Shaking
wanna
Bakers? How
drink.
y'all doing?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
up, guys?
Tuesday. The best thing about today is it's not February anymore.
No, it is.
I mean January anymore. All right.
Started off.
Well, everybody's coming in. I want to thank you guys for coming this week, and I apologize for us being late and having to postpone the show last week. If you saw our post on social media, you'll see that I was dying, and I'm still about almost dying. I had the flu. Lyle's beadlocking the world, so he was covered up with work, and Courtney was out shotgunning tequila on a boat somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
So we hated to postpone our pick slap from last week, but y'all would have just listened to me hack and cough the whole time. I'm coming to you guys from an unusual situation right now. Normally, we're pretty scripted. This is test week for us. I am sitting in a Chevron parking lot in a Fiat on the side of I-95, plugged in. My laptop is plugged into a power bank. I have hot wired my headset, so I have no idea how we're going to pull this off. But here's our co-host, Double C, Double E, Courtney Enders, and Lyle, super hot eyebrows, Barnett. What's going on, fellas?
Here I am.
I'm not Cabernet Courtney this week. I literally just pulled into my sister's house. You should have seen her getting this set up for me, and I got me a claw. Ain't no law.
For winner of coolest location, Courtney, you win this week.
Yeah, if we're gonna do the whole like whoever shows up remote location, I can do some pretty cool shit with that.
Yeah, but you have an unfair advange.
I mean, I can't go to a 5-time world champion's house or anything like that, but like, I don't even know anybody that won that just. But maybe I can go hang out with Ricky Smith. Loud like that.
Yeah, I'd quit.
Hey, Dominic, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Anytime. Thank you. Yeah, Jay Cox can't call anybody out because he forgot how to race and qualifies 18th all the time out with 16 cars.
Perfect.
Hey, in the chat, somebody that met C at Applebee's.
Yes, in Bradenton. Yep.
Question is, did you get your onions on your Bourbon Street steak?
I didn't. I'm boring. I got a grilled chicken breast with some rice and some vegetables, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty boring. Lyle, what you got going on, buddy? What's been going on this week? What's new and exciting?
I literally have CNC machines running right now. I haven't even washed my hands yet. We had the best January that the MacFab has had on record, and it has continued into February. We're covered up. I think we had 11 sets of wheels show up today, which is pretty unheard of for a Tuesday. So when we get off, I'm going to continue to beadlock the world. Stevie gets to try a set of our beadlocks out here in a couple weeks after I guess the UPS guy left one at the gate out by the road a mile from Timmy's house.
Right? So first of all, as you guys know, you've heard me say I can tear up a shrimp tank with adult pepper. So for me to call an order of some parts, most people don't want to sell me parts. I called Lyle. I was like, Lyle, I need you to do me some beadlock. So yeah, Timmy calls me. He's like, hey man, I got a beadlock. It looks great. It fits. How about I tell him to go ahead and send the other one? I call up Lyle and I was like, holy shit. So yeah, the UPS guy left it outside his gate about a mile from the shop. It was sitting in the bushes, but we went and got it. And we're
like for real. And these aren't cheap wheels, by the way.
Yeah, it's not like $400 wheel or anything.
Yeah, no big deal.
What about you, Double C?
It's been crazy. I was, as you said, I got stuck in Florida. Woe is me. Biggest ice storm Texas has ever freaking seen. And for 4 days, I dealt with canceled flights and all that and got to hang out at the beach with Marty Robertson and Rob Cox and all those guys. Had a beach house doing some fishing, and I had a nice remote work situation and just kind of was kicking it. Came back home, and now we're shooting a documentary at the Elite Shop tomorrow, and Jackson wants to talk again. So here I am in Oklahoma.
It's
Lyle,
BC.
I noticed that you have a peculiar beverage in your hand that is different. Are we going reverse marketing?
Yeah, I'm not going to say I've given up, but I'm losing hope that that Yingling is going to do anything.
Those bitches are going to give us some money.
I mean, maybe so, but they already owe me $2,500 in just my efforts. So tonight,
Don't don't know if that's how that works.
Well, it's the way that I want it to work.
Oh, okay.
So don't fucking ruin it for me. Like we're a team here. I know you just can't wait to brag about your ProMod pick, and I'm gonna take credit.
We're not
for the
late. We're
motivation.
posting that off. All right, we got the Lyle beer meter. Lyle, we're at one. Lyle beer counter. Yeah. So Matt is nerding, and we now have an active beer counter to keep track of Lyle's beer. I need one too. I can't keep up with Lyle, but I'll try to bump into the beans.
That is awesome. It's the little things on these podcasts, man. That is freaking awesome.
We have no structure. We have no plan. We have no graphics for you this time, but we do have a cool new beer counter. So if that doesn't do it for you, this is probably not your right podcast.
But can I take credit for Ken Cartuccio's win in ProMod down there just for the motivational speech?
Not yet.
God, man. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so no, I'm saying we're going to talk about it. We're just going to dive in this damn swimming pool. So as most of you know, last episode we picked winners, the Three Stooges right here, picked our winners for who was going to win U.S. Street Nationals, Bradenton, Florida. Now, out of all of our picks and people most likely to suck, it went not like we thought, but there was one in particular that you may have put your wiener in the hornet nest there, buddy. Not only did you call the man out for sucking, he goes out there and teabags the field on the starting line and on the track. Yep. And then, like, you inspired him to not suck, which that's maybe a good form of flattery.
I mean, Ken's a friend of mine, and the whole Cartuccio camp's awesome. Jamie Miller, I think, was by far tuner of the year last year and deserves that. But, if Ken continues on this streak that he's on, he is going to be a tough customer at the World Series of ProMod. I can tell you that. And if I get teabagged by him on the start line and he outruns me, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I may not come on the show the following week.
No, you got to face the music.
Bring Ken on here.
Sorry for the guy, Jay Yoder, saying my audio is kind of quiet. It's because my microphone is propped up under a headrest. So this is better, but I look like Elvis if I hold it. So how does my radio voice sound?
Lyle, I gotta say, sorry, that's Chase Freeman. I gotta say that he was, as you know, you're friends with Ken, and so I got a lot of people at the racetrack talking about shake and bake. It's crazy, depending on the shows I do or what I'm doing the week before, the amount of different things that people recognize me for or say something to me at the racetrack, bar none, more than anything at the U.S. Street Nationals was shake and bake. I gotta say, we have some viewers. They were loving it, coming up to me saying how awesome it was. Nobody said that the woman made it worse, so that's good. But with that being said, apparently my volume's louder than y'all's. But that being said, you motivated him. And I think that's part of the reason why you said the things that you said, because you're that kind of driver too. And it truly, on an emotional level, motivated him. And he legitimately thanked Lyle and Stevie and myself in his speech for giving him that little extra drive for a difference in motivation. So I think it played out storybook.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool when Ken's is a great guy. So and they have a great team. So when that happens, it'd be different if we said shit. If first of all, this could never happen in America or in the world or the universe, like the Milky Way. But if Keith Haney were to win a race or something, and we had talked all that shit about him, it would be bad. Not only would I feel more stupid than what I actually am, but I would feel that I'd lost the grasp on the pulse of motorsports as a whole, which could lead to the space-time continuum becoming altered and could lead me to check myself into a halfway house. But so with Ken Cartuccio winning, it's just it's a great guy and a great team. Lyle talked shit about him and said the man can't drive. And then he showed up and just put his wiener on your forehead. I mean, and that's what happened.
To be fair, I didn't say the man couldn't drive. I just said that when it came down to the pressure time, Ken was a little inconsistent.
That's saying the man can't drive.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're fucking me right now.
That's you got to call a spade a spade.
But I mean,
whatever
congratulations
it was,
to the dude, though.
I'm not going to tell you I'm in a Wawa parking lot. I'm at the Chevron.
Yeah,
and there's a guy looking over here that looks like he may try to come knock on my window.
He might.
There's
you should invite him on the Shake and Bake show.
4 of them now. If he comes over here, I swear I'll get him on the Shake and Bake show. One way or the other. All right, so out of our picks last time, the only person that picked correctly was Stevie Jackson. I only got one, so I screwed up the whole deal, but I got Marcus Burt in.
I got one.
Which
I got
one?
Kenny Hubbard next 275.
Okay, there you go. So 2. So Courtney, who'd you pick?
You're 2 for right. You picked Kenny as well. Courtney?
Me? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that was. I don't have my notebook that I wrote them down in, but I believe that I did. I had a couple of toss-ups. But I know I didn't pick him as my number one winner, but I feel like the dark horse call was just the one, So I consider the Ken Cartuccio a win in my book.
No, yeah, you win by far.
Are you going to put that on a business card? Like, is that going to be a crowning achievement in your motorsports media life now?
100%. And we got to drive that bitch back. He invited me to drive that bitch back with him, and it was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And he was like driving around. He's going to have a picture of Lyle on his dashboard next time. It'll be like the motivation that comes in there. So since we're talking about that and our ability to suck, for the Farmer Friend episode, for the Farmer Friend segment for this time, we, as most of you know that have been watching the show, we always pick someone and really dog them out and make fun of them. Well, this week we all suck. We are the Three Stooges of drag racing as a whole. We all claim to be motorsports professionals, and out of all the categories we picked, with 3 of us, we got 2 right. So we are Farmer Fran this week. The Three Stooges. There we go. Matt made me the black guy. Courtney looks pretty good, and your beard is high and tight, baby.
Man,
nice arms though. So if there's anything that you guys want to say in chat, the gloves are off for about 5 minutes. We are dogging ourselves completely out. So, like, you can call me short. My car sucks. I got a hole in my throat. Lyle's missing his eyebrows. Courtney doesn't know shit about drag racing. What do y'all got? You can even, yeah.
Erica's sister.
Oh, we got Top Fuel 173. We're going to get to that. That's coming up in a little bit. Lyle's got a special little piece. He wants to talk about that.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, so as a whole, we're going to do better. Next time we pick a race, which will probably be lights out, we're going to do better. I feel like I went all in on some commercial stuff on who had some nice parts, and I think I got it wrong.
Ooh, Stevie Jackson Haney. That's tough.
Man, that's pretty bad right there. There you go. I'll take it. I don't know anything about racing, so that's the perfect name for me.
Lyle red lit first round at Snowbirds.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That did happen. I was there. I was actually, when you come around the corner, I've seen you mad before. That's probably as angry as I've seen you at the top end.
Yeah.
Like, For you guys that don't know about people that are serious about drag racing, like people like Keith Haney, they're fluffers and stuff. And like when they go, they're so used to getting their asshole blowed out that like when they come around the corner and lose, they like hug you and they're all happy and ready to go back to the casino. Well, when me and Lyle lose, it's not a good place down there. Like, 'cause we're mad. We go to the race expecting to win.
When I red lit against you at Virginia this past year, they had to like postpone your post round interview because I was throwing shit and cussing, yelling.
That's because Amanda Busick could not stop you from slinging shit at the camera. Yeah. And they're like, how long is this going to go on? Because I'm over there. I got Fox with a camera in my face, and Lyle's is like exactly like
gloves, shoes,
it's like when Cole Trickle got spun out and he was on the mic, and Harry Hogg's like, Cole, we're on the air. It was just like that. So, yeah, they had to postpone my interview. Anyways, me and Lyle take losing pretty serious, and it was seeing you like that. So, what happened to CE?
I don't know. I hate losing when it's my fault. You know, like Justin Elks and my crew gave me I could have won that race. I was low for race day when I went red against you. I was 003 red. I mean, I could have won the race. And they gave me a car, and I go up there and just screw. Which you were no slouch on the tree. I think you were 14, so I didn't have a whole lot of room to give you anyway, and I knew that. But God bless the United States of America, I hate that shit.
I thought that you had the absolute race car to beat.
I did,
and I mean not just from a mechanical standpoint. A lot of times the race car does well and the driver sucks, or vice versa. You had the package going. And when you do that, you're gonna do the winning. Like it's gonna happen.
Yep.
We've lost CE. She says that Keith Haney has hijacked the internet service over Granbury, Texas, and as soon as she gets he's over there over her house in his what's the blimp that blew up, the Hindenburg, trying to block the Wi-Fi. But as soon as she gets back in, she'll be back.
Chinese weather balloon.
Yeah, I think the Chinese weather balloon may be out there. Don O'Neill, what's up, buddy? Hey, you look really snazzy in your Flow Sports debut, if that was your debut.
maybe C will get back on, but I wanted to talk about the stir and stink around the internet about who's who and who has been and who has not been invited and why to the World Series of Pro Mod.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Courtney, did you hear any of that?
No, I don't know what happened. The
Well-
world shut down here.
So I wanted to talk about.
weather blowing over your house.
Stevie's getting. Ooh, don't move, Stevie. We lost you for a second. But Courtney, I wanted to talk about over the past couple weeks. There's been all this stink on the internet regarding who is who has and who has not been invited to the World Series of Pro Mod and why. And this is shake and bake. Who gives a fuck? There's several people out there who I don't value their opinion anyway, but the fact that they're causing this big uproar on the internet about this is the World Series of Pro Mod and you haven't invited fucking frickin' frack, or you haven't invited this person, and they have no idea whether that person has been invited or not. They don't know whether they have declined, whether maybe they have something else going on, they can't go. But at the end of the day, if Lyle Barnett, Courtney Enders, and Stevie Fast Jackson decide to have a race that is the Super Bowl of, as Keith Haney called it, it's the World Series, but I think I'm going to call it the Super Bowl.
Fair.
If we're going to call it that, we can invite whoever the fuck we want. It's not, who cares? If you think that, God dang, I don't know. If you think that Charles Carpenter, that they should give him a car and him and Mike should bring one there, but he hasn't been in. Courtney's gone again. But he hasn't been invited yet. It's not up to you. This is Wes Buck and Drag Illustrated show. And by God, if they want to invite Courtney Enders to drive a Pro Mod, then guess what? If Courtney Enders wants to accept the invitation and come drive a Pro Mod, then she can.
Here's part of the thing, and I'm sorry about this internet. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to talk to the champ about that. But it's the World Series of Pro Mod, yes. And a lot of people think that just needs to have to do with accolades or races won or the best of the best. But Wes is putting on a show, and especially with my stuff at Flow, we're behind the scenes on the show of this thing. We've got a lot of different stuff coming on the Flow end of it that's making this be like a TV show of something that you can stream rather than just watching the race. And so they need personality, they need storylines, and they need people that will fit in this. And sometimes that's not always the 40 best guys that you think could come out there and compete. And so it just boils down to the fact that people don't know Wes's prerogative. They don't know his whole goal for it, or they can't seem to wrap their heads around it because there's so many different parts of what goes on a show like this. And even I've seen some bitching about, we've got Jason Logan coming as the DJ. You've got certain announcers. You've got Randy as the starter. There's a lot of different people that he could have chose to do these jobs as well. But he's the one who's making the show, so he gets to McMahon it and decide it. And I can guarantee everybody who's bitching all the things, they're going to boycott whatever they're going to boycott, whatever, but they're going to watch. And you're going to be impressed when you walk away from it, regardless of if you would have had a different entry list.
I agree.
And let's talk about something that's the elephant in the room here. Where's all these people that are bitching about not getting invited when we had the last 3 World Series of Pro Mods in Denver, and I drove my dumb ass about 15,000 miles and burnt $26,000 worth of diesel going back and forth to go out there? I guarantee you, if you were out there at one of those $100,000 races, you're probably going to get invited to this one. So you can't just whine and bitch because you didn't get invited. You didn't support it the last 3 times because it's far, and then feel like you got your toe stepped on. This is America. This is capitalism. Wes Buck's throwing the race. He can do what he wants to. If you're, and I know there's people that want to compete that didn't get invited, and if I didn't get invited, I'd be mad too. But if you didn't get invited, or you haven't got invited yet, which I think there's still invites are coming out, do something relevant in Pro Mod and make yourself where they can't not invite you.
Right.
I don't care who starts the race. I don't care who's doing it. As a motorsports fan, I'm glad that we have this much attention going towards this event. This thing is going to be a home run for motorsports. I mean, it's going to be a home run. It's who's who. And everybody's, all excited about the 100,000. It's not the 100,000. It's having the baddest bitches on the planet in one spot at a racetrack where you got a man who just spent $1.5 million revamping it. That's putting money in our sport.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan, you need to buy a ticket. You need to come down there. It's going to be an exciting event. And I have got more hate mail. I've had people ask me, how do I get invited and stuff? I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's a lottery. I don't know if you got to have dirt on West. I don't know what's going on there.
No,
but
I'm
I'm
sure
just glad we're having
two
an event.
NHRA Pro Modified National World Championships. But anyway.
It's also just like the Drag Illustrated and Poor West. We feel like we're just getting them here, but the 30 under 30 thing, like he just got done getting beat up over that crap. And then he said, I turned the page. And then usually when I'm free and clear, now it's people knocking down my door for this deal. And I think that we just need to flip the script and thank him for doing this stuff rather than bitch at him and make it a pain in the butt, because it is that. And I never got on 30 under 30. Have I let him know? Absolutely. Am I still going to go attend and watch people get it? Yeah.
I was 90 before 30 under 30 came out. So I missed the whole damn thing. They need a 50 under 50. So Wes, help us out. How about a 50 under 50?
Those who missed it will be like the class of the misfits who missed the 30 under 30.
Yeah.
So World Series of Pro Mod is going to be off the rip, man. It is.
It is. To the people out there who are still bitching about your favorite hasn't been invited, it's the same. Another topic I wanted to cover tonight was, because now that I'm in the position I'm in here at MacFab, I get beat up all the time about, will you sponsor me? Will you sponsor me? Will you sponsor me? And the question that I asked people is, well, what can you do for us? And it's the same thing for Wes. If he invites two-time, I don't know, Virginia Pro Mod champion, not on the log over here, to the World Series of Pro Mod, because, his buddies with 10 followers on Instagram said that he should be invited. What can that guy do for the World Series of Pro Mod to help make it bigger than it is now, right? I'm not saying that Stevie and I are God's gift to pro modified drag racing, but I do feel like that at the top end, when after a big win or in the midst of tragedy in the pits, if Amanda Busick or Bruno Massel or Joe Costello or Courtney Enders with Flow Racing puts a microphone in my face, I can tell the story like it needs to be told. And that's kind of one of those things in Mark Ingersoll's famous words: you either got it or you don't.
Yep.
And so what can you as a driver, Courtney Enders, or you as a news, not an anchor, what do you call yourself?
That'd be a pit reporter.
Ron Burgundy news
reporter. What can you do if you're put in the position for the World Series of Pro Mod? And I think people have forgotten that. I love Chris Thorne to death, but his top end interviews are some of the worst I've ever heard. But he's a world champion.
It's just not his personality.
Right. That's right. And he knows that. I'm not saying anything that he wouldn't tell you. Some people just clam up and can't give an interview. The Georgia Bulldogs quarterback Stetson Bennett, the worst interviewer I've ever heard as somebody who gets interviewed all the time. But when it comes to the World Series of Pro Mod, if Wes Buck invites you, it's because he thinks that you can move the needle in the positive direction. Like Scott Palmer's not a pro mod racer, but guess what? He moves it. He's got big old cojones. He's got a nitro fed, just God awful beast of a pro mod. Yeah, like he can do it. He can move the needle, right?
See, that's something they can take away from it. Victor and I were doing a video piece this weekend, and I was asking him about it. What's a message to the people who didn't get invited that you want to say to them? And he said, show us something. And that really, we took into consideration. There's a lot of things, they took into a lot of consideration of, like exactly what you said, Lyle. What are they going to give us? The people who shoo us out of their pit, get grumpy, say not now when we're trying to get stories and videos and pieces. We know it's a tough part of the gig when your shit blows up and you got a microphone in your face, but we are a part of the entertainment business, as Wes Buck says too.
What we are. And
we take a look at those things and people who have given us goods, and we know that when that shit goes down, that it's going to be good. Those are people that, crept up behind people that are like, well, no, he told me no 5 times and that is what it is. And so not saying you got to do that. If part of your game's coming in and racing and not being a part of the media, that's fine. But this is 2023 and content and the stream and stuff is a huge part of it. And you got to play.
Yep.
Got to play.
I'm in the snapping necks and cashing checks and telling you all about it deal. Lyle, you're slow as shit drinking beer. The fans are tired of this shit. You're at 2.
Okay, what are you at? Where you at? Where you at though on the old beer?
I'm capping you. I'm on 2 and I'm in a Chevron. Where's the freaking crack over there? They ain't getting closer.
I'm
Matt,
on 1.
My man over there is not on 2.
can we talk about can we briefly talk about, because I don't want to give him too much time, old John Scrotum and his video about.
Yeah, let's talk about Big Scrotum. Matt, you got any, while we're nerding, speaking of scrotums, sipping on a White Claw over there. Matt, do we got any video of Home Nuts talking shit about me? I don't even know what he's got, but he's about to get called out. I don't even know.
Hey, are you John Odom?
Hey, yeah. Hey, how are you?
What'd you think of that video Stevie Fast and Lyle Barnett did on you?
Who's that?
John Odom, lock in,
remember
head
when I
up,
was
2
12.
on 10. As soon as the absolute day that the doctor clears me and allows me to get back in a race car, or before then, if you want to race the other guy that you don't know, lock in 2 on 10, come to Carolina Dragway and see if I don't put space between your ass like a school bus.
And you heard it. Right.
Live. I'm checking
So-
Big Show.
And I got nothing to say on that.
Now that you know
No,
who we
you
are.
won't either. I guarantee you that. Because
John
talking's
Scrotum.
free and sitting in the other lane than me costs a lot.
Mhm.
It made me laugh because a lot of this stuff is manufactured, and we joke around and all this stuff. But like, I've been nice to John. I've done some features with him. I like him. I've tried to make time to help him with some other stuff, and it just wasn't something that I could put on my plate. And I don't want to be a bad guy, but that video it got me in my gut the other day, because no matter what, like, don't pretend like you don't know who
That's
y'all
the good
are.
thing, though. The way that made you feel is why we need people. I don't know this guy. I don't know if I like. You seen Wyatt Earp, where Doc Holliday is trying to figure out if he liked or hated Johnny Ringo. I don't know if I like him or hate him yet. But if you're willing to say that and get on the internet, and it made you mad, it made other people mad too, and that's a good thing. Don't be scared to say what you think. Now get you a car and sit in another lane, and it'll be like a full prolapse.
I love it. Any of these little bumps, I love.
All right, so we've got a lot of chat questions about a little cameo. What do you think we got to do to get the other E on screen tonight for a cameo? You think it's possible?
They left.
Oh, all right. Sorry for all y'all that thought we were gonna.
I know. Listen. I know it's so disappointing.
Mad. Manny Bajinga's calling me, so I don't know. Let's y'all want to talk to him? I wonder if it'll come through on audio. I better not.
I want to say, I know y'all are disappointed. When you see me, you think you're going to see her, but listen, all you got's me, and that's okay.
Hey, we've already went over this in chat and said that the new CE is the new CE, but we just had a lot of fans that were wanting to see you.
No, she was trying to wait. It's a ritual here. Chase Freeman has a room here at this house. We call it the halfway house. That's literally the internet that's failed me. Tinsy, Miss Clutch Extraordinaire was here, and our buddy Travis, and they all went to Taco Tuesday. It's a weekly ritual here, so they didn't wait on me.
Hell yeah. And
Fuck them.
what do we got? Oh yeah, Don O'Neill says go Manny. Yeah, we're really excited about having Manny Bajinga come run NHRA Pro Mod this year. It's cool to watch somebody that's he wins where he goes, so you can't say he goes over there to the No Prep Sesame Street Tavern over there and just teabags the whole damn deal. They won't let him in, so he's like, all right, I'm pretty good over here. I'd kill your whole field, but I'm going to race over here, and it's good. I'm glad he's coming to run some NHRA with us.
Yeah, I saw we got Don O'Neill here in the chat. If you guys were watching Flow, we had a new pit reporter this weekend, and I think he did a pretty bang up job. And I do believe he's coming back. So Don O'Neill coming in hot.
Don O'Neill has very nice hair. Like every time he did his little interview, I could tell he'd been tightening it up. It looked like Jeffrey Barker. He's like, Don's hair looks very nice.
So Ken asked, maybe I missed it. Why isn't Lyle driving the Elite Pro Mod? So I had 2 great years with Elite. We won 3 races, won the U.S. Nationals. We had a lot of success, but I had some opportunities arise for the 23 season that I needed to kind of pursue and put all my eggs in that basket. So I opted not to re-sign and not to run an HRA Pro Mod with them, just so that if the opportunity that hopefully comes about does happen, that I can be a part of that and do it. So it wasn't a nasty breakup. It wasn't anything bad. I love all of the Elite crew. That's how I met Courtney. Richard Freeman, as we still talk, and everything is 100% good there. It was just time for me to try and further my career somewhere else. And if I do run an HRA Pro Mod, it'll be just to fill in for some drivers that possibly can't make it to a race or whatever, Stevie being one of them. Well, that's true, but I don't suspect that's going to happen because they suck. But
That'll do it.
but
Hey, real quick, somebody just posted something in the chat. I want to say it before I forget about it. First of all, Courtney, we're sorry that Courtney's music is loud. She has a big mouth. We cannot help it. She's loud and vocal. She's on the White Claw. Got a different
Well, I
flavor.
have a mobile
What about-
podcast kit.
What about my man Fletcher Cox and those big old stanky Eagles? Now, I got some inside tip that y'all are going to want to watch. If I can get a picture of it, I promise you, as God is my witness, I'm going to put it on the internet. Phil Schuler is going to the Super Bowl. Now, Phil's the third tightest human being that I know. And the fact that he's going to the Super Bowl is one thing. Not only is he going to the Super Bowl, the man has been on Amazon.com and he's done bought him some corduroy green pants. He's done bought him some green shoes, and he's got this like Hawaiian looking Philadelphia Eagles shirt, and he is going to the game. Now I can't because I'm gonna be burning the scoreboards down here in Florida. But I'm rooting on my man Fletcher Cox. I hope they go out there and kick the absolute shit out of him. I'm gonna bet them, and if anybody can please this at the game, I'll give you $100 if you get a good picture of Phil wearing green corduroy pants and send it to me.
I feel like we need that.
We need that in our life. All right, everybody in the chat, how's Courtney's microphone now? I think she's got it like on the other side of the house
I basically did. Also, I'm in like this big echoey room.
with all those Wallies.
Oh, this house is stupid with trophies.
God, the comments are ridiculous.
Who do y'all got on the Super Bowl? I know. Don't just say Fletcher because I'm picking the dang Eagles. Who y'all got?
I
All
like
Eagles.
Fletcher as a human, but I do not like Mahomes, but I really like Kelsey. So I don't really know. I'm kind of watching it for the brothers battle with the Kelsey boys, and I don't really care who wins.
Eagles by 14, baby.
I used to live in Greater Philly, and I like to forget that, so I don't really like the Eagles.
I like cheese.
Oh, I can announce. So my ride.
Chase, Chiefs by 10. No?
All
right, go ahead.
I was unsure. One, if I was going to have a ride, and two, what ride it was going to be for the World Series Pro Mod. I had a ride. I actually had three worked out. All three of them fell through to some degree. And last week, I called Wes, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to try to find a car, but I haven't found one yet. So I have been in talkings. I'm going to get fitted in it tomorrow or Thursday, but I'm going to drive Chip King's the orange reddish roots blown Mustang for the World Series of Pro Mod. It kind of by chance happened.
Did you notice?
I made some calls. Stevie and I were trying to work some stuff out, and it didn't work out. I had a car that I was going to drive, and that dude ended up getting invited, and all these things were happening. And I made a phone call to Stan Shelton because he's got like 4 Pro Mods, and I'm like, hey man, what are the chances? He's like, dude, look, we got NHRA at Gainesville the next week, but I think you should call Carmack. And I called Carmack. Like 30 minutes later, I was on the phone with Chip King, and for the World Series of Pro Mod, I'll be in Chip's roots blown
That's awesome.
Mustang for the World Series. So
Y'all, that
Breaking news. We didn't know
I didn't
that.
even know anything about this. We talked about it last week. I hadn't heard anything else. This is great news.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like a little mic drop moment right there.
Yeah.
Lyle's going to
excuse
race
me.
WSOPM, and he's not racing like no hop along car.
As
That's
your
a
former
hot rod
PR
race car
person,
with a Chuck Ford supercharger on it, the biggest and most awesomest, stankiest supercharger on the planet, with a
Look,
real
see,
racing.
I wanted to be a surprise.
Lyle Barnett, as your former PR person, is this literally your announcement?
Are
Yeah.
you announcing it now? You've
Yeah.
only had 2 beers, and you're dropping that you got us a ride.
Okay, we need to talk tomorrow. We need to put out a press release. We got shit.
No,
to
we do, but I wanted it to be a surprise here. See it work.
Hey, Matt, I don't know if you see this, but he just opened up a brand new Coors Light. You need to adjust
That's a
that.
Coors Banquet. That's not a Coors Light. Don't you put that on me, Ricky.
Yeah, because Yingling sucks. All right, well, that's great news. So who is tuning that thing?
I don't know. Whoever's doing it. Doesn't matter to me.
Carmack, Terry Cole are a pretty potent
Yeah.
duo.
Yeah, no, they're tuning it.
That's freaking awesome, Lyle.
Great deal. All right, I'm changing up my pick. But we need to do a Super Bowl style poll for World Series of Pro Mod. I don't know what kind of gambling laws we'll break, but I'm for it. So we need
Aren't
to
they
maybe
having legal? They've worked out legal like Vegas gambling there.
Yep.
that doesn't matter.
Win
Uh,
light bets or something like that.
Well, we need to come up with a little square action that way we can get the fans involved. Because if Lyle is driving that unit, I'm taking Lyle. Yep, he is drinking the Colorado Kool-Aid. Oh, I think we just lost me. You got me?
No, we lost Courtney.
Damn, there's Keith Haney with the weather balloon again. She's going to be pissed off because her face looks funny and it's frozen on there.
Somebody screenshot that. Hurry.
Yeah, if you don't have that's what it looks
Please
like when you
screenshot
get
that.
beat on a hole shot. Please, somebody screenshot that shit.
Please. God, you've got so much
I
time.
will
If you hadn't
remove her
done
to
it by
try to save her because, like, that's what I feel like when I let go of the button, look over, and the man is just running away out of sight. All right, we'll save her.
But I've driven obviously standard turbo 400 transmissions. Rob Cox has a Liberty in his car, and I've driven that, but I have never driven a car with a Linko in it. So
You hadn't driven a man's vehicle yet,
right.
so like you have one nut that's hanging out, but not two.
Yeah.
It's no different than driving a Liberty, as long as they don't have like one of them little quarter stick 400 shifters in it. It's pretty good.
It's got the one like you do with got the ball on the top and the low.
It's got a big ball. Yeah, it's got a
and
big. It's got a
and you
big
gotta lift the
swollen
little deal.
ball up there. Pick that thing up, and it's hard to carry sometimes. And then you put it in forward, and
You got to give the old transmitter. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
We just got some of the best screenshots of your frozen face. I'm putting them on the internet.
I don't get it. I'm at a home on Wi-Fi, but anywho, I'm sorry. I'm the odd duck here this week, throwing it all off.
What's up, Sully?
Um,
All right, so yeah, we're picking Lyle to win the World Series Pro Mod right now. He
Perfect.
gets Super Bowl square. All right, so what do we got coming up for you guys? What's scheduling coming up? What's the next 2 weeks look like for you guys?
Courtney, we're going. Are we all going to be in? Yes, we're all going to be in South Georgia for Lights Out.
Yes, and that's week after next, right? All right, so we will do Tuesday a Lights Out. We may all be in the same spot. When are you guys getting the Lights Out?
I can really get there whenever.
I get in Wednesday night, I believe.
Yeah, so Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern will be the next episode of Shake and Bake, and we're going to be doing some full radial panel pick, and I'm going to do better. I'm not just going to get one of them right and get them all right. I'm already picking Timmy Eisner to win RVW, so I don't give a shit what it is.
Go ahead and pick LB and Old Warpath for Pro Truck.
Dun, dun, dun. Who you got on the other side that's going to be trying to stop you from winning, buddy?
Ray Morton, who's Pete Harrell builds his engines and tunes that truck as well. That thing's going to be fast. For God's sake, and for his too, I hope Andy Mack don't show up in anything with a truck bed on it because I will gap that man again.
What are you going to do if Phil wears green corduroy pants on the starting line, tunes Andy Mack, and puts his nuts on your forehead?
He's not going to do that. They ain't got enough motor in that thing to put their nuts on my forehead and that bipolar or whatever, bisexual, whatever that thing is.
Oh, man.
If the Eagles win the Super Bowl because of what he wore, he must wear that on the starting line at Lights Out.
Phil ain't going to do that.
There is no way Phil will do that.
I know, but
It's hard.
we gotta do some fun.
Hey, Courtney, move your mic back to where it was. It sounds like it's in a windstorm.
Jesus Christ.
If you have it on the air vent?
No.
It sounds like it's on the Dyson air vent.
Yeah.
Y'all, let me show you. I have a normal setup.
Well, you are this is subpar. This is probably gonna get you like a 2-week suspension.
You can't get suspended from the Shake and Bake show unless you're Keith Haney. We need to hey, while we're looking at chat, who do you guys want to see us bring on the show?
Besides Cabernet Courtney Enders.
Besides Double C. Is there any special guests? I'm compiling a list of folks that that you folks may want to be on here.
Manny told me he would come.
Who did?
Manny.
Did he? Yeah, we'll get Manny on here. That'd be good. You want to get Haney on here? I have to get him a step ladder so he can get to the webcam.
Shit. Scotty Cannon would be a good one.
I talked to Scotty today. Man, I'm more excited about Scotty right now. It's there's some cool shit coming out. Scotty's got you're gonna see some cool pro mod shit coming this year.
I see a bunch of Berts. I see
Bill
a bunch
Schuler
of
will never come on Shake and Bake, but he will not do any live show because he's too smart.
Donald Long. I saw a bunch of ducks.
I might be able to get Donald on here. I don't know if we can get Cleater on here. He's mad at me about talking about helicopters and turbos.
The last
Swan.
person you're going to see me on the show with is Ricky Smith.
I think we should have Ricky and Lyle on.
Let me tell you something.
Do you think
If you try to pull a fast one, no pun intended. If you try to pull a fast one on me and Ricky pops up on the bottom of the screen, I will jerk the extension cords out of the wall. I'm out.
All right, Matt, I need you to fake an IP address, figure out how to get the trickster on here, see if you can get him hooked up to the internet, and then get him on here. Somebody wants to see Big Chump. I can do that.
Hey, I see it.
Hey, Pat
Wes
is probably
Buck.
pretty good. That'll be talking about there. Wes got nice hair. We get him and Don on here, and we can have us a hair gel commercial. I'd like to see Scruggs on here. That's a good idea. Boss Bynes, get that on here. And yeah, you're right. Ricky is pro mod royalty, but him and Lyle, you're not going to see him at the Golden Crowd together.
Yeah. I think Wes would be good because with him just being a guest on a show, he can let loose a little bit.
Don O'Neill, you were at the Chevron on I-95. Yeah, Palmer. Palmer's on my list too. I want to get him on here
for sure.
Yeah, maybe Brandon.
Courtney, where are you at next? I know you got documentary tomorrow at Elite, but is Georgia next for you on the travel list?
Yeah, Georgia's next, and then I'm staying out for World Series of Pro Mod and Gainesville since it's all right there. So I'm basically going to live in Florida for the next 3 weeks, and then I'll be home for a week, and we're going NHRA racing.
Who's excited about NHRA season kicking off? Are y'all going to come and try to like teabag them, or are you guys going to just show up and like ride around for half the season?
One thing's for certain: if they start this year anything like they finished 22, Erica is going to come out there with big long schlongadong and lay it on hoods of pro stock automobiles.
The
thing is,
Jesus Christ.
It's not just going to be one dominant one. Like we've got a well-oiled machine for 8 of these bad boys. There's going to be a lot of wins in our camp.
The thing about winning, though, is winning is hard because it's hard to keep winning. It'll be interesting to see over the off season who stepped up to try to crush you guys.
Yeah, and that's the name of it. And Richard's really kind of Richard's turned a leaf lately. Like he used to just want to dog them, beat everybody, but now he's almost helping support the other systems so that the ecosystem, so that it continues to thrive. And so he's kind of going like this.
Yeah, I want to crush the whole ecosystem. I've never been one to help out the ecosystem.
Is Sydney in town to test the Artevinco Camaro?
Okay, so testing schedule for me this week. The reason I'm at a Chevron and I'm plugged into my computer in my car is because we are on the way to run the Artevinco Pro Mod for the first time. I've been literally working around the clock. When I tell you guys I have been working 20 hours a day, it doesn't mean 18. I left the shop at 5 a.m. this morning. I was back at 9. Sydney is in Miami right now taking care of some business. My boys are on the way down on 95. I flew in to drop plane off to get some engine maintenance, and we just couldn't make it to the hotel before Shake and Bake show started. I'm amazed that we have enough service to even do this. This is pretty good. But yeah, Sydney will be driving the hot rod. We're going to test in Bradenton Motorsports Park on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday if I have enough parts and engines to keep it going. And I got a lot of eggs in this basket. I'm excited about it. This is we got a new combination we're going to run. It's the first one of these that I've put together. Looks like it makes big steam, but we'll see. And I'm excited about this chapter going forward. So
for those that don't know, what are the current screw rules that you guys have to abide by for Sydney this year?
Well, if you ask me now, it's one thing. If they see that time slip when I drop my meat on their forehead by Saturday, it's probably going to get another rule change. Where are you going? So right now, Who Chargers, Pterodactyl of Love, man supercharger, man blowers are 60% of overdrive, and they're 2,740 pounds with a 389 gear. So basically, make no power, have no ratio, and try to make it run good. And they do run okay in good air. I haven't run the roll package yet, so I don't know. Belushi's been hauling ass. As far as the rest,
someone asked if testing was open to the public. Usually, no.
Probably not. I haven't. When I get there tomorrow, I'll look and see what they're going to do with that. Probably testing is not open to the public. When we went to racetrack, especially in some of this stuff, we're testing stuff that we really don't want out there. Like the stuff that we have in this car is not really for public consumption yet. I see that you like that comment from up there from Mike Clark. So probably not, but I'll find out if it ends up being open to the public. I'll let you guys know. I like hanging out with y'all. We just got to be careful keeping some of the proprietary stuff off the internet. And as of right now, Sydney's is going to be a screw. I've got a screw and a roots, and we're going to go run them both. The 16.5% overdrive with the weight that they have to weigh is attractive to me. We're gonna go test it with a screw first. We'll spend a couple of days with that, spend a day or two with the roots, and then we're gonna run whichever one is better for right now. Pro Charger is still on the table as well. I haven't run that yet, but we'll see.
Courtney, what you got?
Stevie, what's been the general like consensus from the rest of the field on like you teaming up with Sydney? Like I know what I thought of it, and I just kind of thought there'd be some competitive scuttlebutt.
Well, tell me what you thought about it.
I think it's dangerous. I think it's danger zone.
Why do you think that?
Because they're just freaking awesome, and you're doing your own thing, being awesome, and just putting two powerhouses together. I think is wild and dangerous, and nobody saw it coming.
So, me and Sydney have raced competitively against each other for a long time, and like as I used to dog out the turbo guys, and I mean really dog out the turbo guys.
Yeah, and I was your boy.
Yeah, and you were a turbo fag too. As I would dog those guys out, it takes a special type of competitor to embrace that. Like some of the turbo guys, they just get mad and want to kill me. Sydney never said anything about it. We go down the track in Bristol. He destroys me. I mean, beats me by 700s. I get out of the car, and he just hugs me and points over in his passenger door. And there's a note to me in there taped to it. He had put the transmission cooler because I had told them the run before that. One of the turbo guys I was racing couldn't stage. I got the transmission hot, left before the tree went down, missed the round of qualifying, got mad and on national television, said some stuff I probably shouldn't, which is what I do. Well, when we get down there after Sydney crushes me, he has a note in the car. They put the transmission cooler in the car and took it down the track and beat me with it because I told them next time I race another turbo car, you're going to need to take a transmission cooler to the starting line with you. And the son of a gun put the transmission cooler in there, beat me with it, and then had a note on there that says, "Thanks, Stevie Fast. We appreciate it." That shit I like. The man is competitive. He's passionate. He's well-funded, and he wants to win. And I'm
Matt,
excited about running the race car. What?
I said, Matt, that's 4. There we go.
I'm excited about tuning his race car. Standing behind a race car I like as much as I like driving it. And watching somebody that can flat get done with it.
Y'all just
give him some power and
y'all just wait till Stevie's standing behind mine.
Woo-wee. I don't know if I got enough silver heads.
You don't for all them hoompas I'll give it on the start line. I've seen a couple questions asking about the tooth jerker. It is being resurrected as we speak. Jason Digby and Michael Magdaw picked it up a couple months ago, took it back to Mississippi, making some updates, getting it kind of ready, trying to figure out what we're going to do with it. We do want to be the first of the 3s on leaf springs, but there is a little birdie that has told us that Ron Rhodes could potentially be putting a big block in his car headed to LDR, and that will very soon be broken if that's the case. So it's coming back, but it'll be just sometime in the, I don't know, middle of this year probably, I would say.
We've lost Courtney again.
God bless her.
Like y'all don't understand, but every time she comes back on, like her face is more red. It's because she wants to destroy Erica's house. I think that's where she's at.
Yeah.
Like she wants we need to wait. I want to wait for her to come back on before I bring in the next segment.
What'd you say, Matt?
So let's while we're waiting on her to come back in, let's talk about we got the new website up, the Shake and Bake.
Oh yeah, there we go, Matt. Talk about it.
The shakeandbakeshow.com. It'll take you to links to both Stevie Fast and to Lyle Barnett Racing, where you can pick up either of the guys' merchandise. Also, if you order anything from either store, in the note comments, when you place the order during the Shake and Bake show, I'll curate those comments up to the guys and answer those during Q&A. So any merchandise that you order from either store, we'll upload it to the guys, and they can answer it during Q&A.
Matt, I see some Second Amendment stuff in the middle lower of that screen there. We got new KTR magazines.
We do.
Not the ones that you read.
Yeah, they're Freedom Seed holders.
I'm going to order a Freedom Seed holder of my own with KTR on it tonight.
Yes, if you like automatic hole punchers, I think we got magazines for sale too.
Mm-mm.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so as opposed, Matt did that as opposed to you guys doing the, I can't remember what he called it, super comment, super question, whatever, through YouTube. If you go to our website, place an order, in the notes, leave us a question. Matt will compile those, give them to us in our private chat over here, and we will answer those on next week's show. So, LyleBarnettRacing.com, Stevie Fast Jackson. What is your website?
StevieFast.com.
There we
Hey,
go.
Lyle, when are you going to start shipping international, buddy? We got a lot of Canadian folks up there, and we got a lot. Oh, by the way, while we're saving ourselves from the ATF, if you try to buy a magazine in a liberal state and it's illegal for us to sell it to you, we will not ship it. So, like a lot of you folks may live in places that are against boom boom pow.
I do ship international. I'm not sure why.
I've had comments and emails about you not shipping to Canada and Australia.
Oh God.
Yeah, Courtney
All
is
right.
probably on the phone with Justin right now trying to figure out a date. But I guess we're not going to get her back. I want to talk about quarter mile testing during an event. Anybody got any comments on that? We had during U.S. Street Nationals, we had a particular vehicle that was smoking one down through there every once in a while. What are you guys' thoughts about what they're trying to do and what the possibilities for that are?
Well, I'm not going to lie. There were several times that I wish I was the one driving it.
Lyle's eating beer. Go ahead.
So I'm eating peanut butter M&Ms sometimes.
Man, that's cool.
And I have dill pickle Lay's chips. Why do I have these snacks? Let me tell you. Because right up the road here, there's a Dollar General. Google Goldston, Goldston, North Carolina. 27252 is the area code. Zip code, excuse me. They ain't much here. No stoplights, a couple grills, MacFab beadlocks, which is all that matters. Beadlock in the world. And a Dollar General. And that's where I bought this Coors Banquet beer and these dill pickle chips and these peanut butter M&Ms. Why? Because that's all they had. I was hungry, hadn't ate. I haven't eaten today. So dill pickle chips, peanut butter M&Ms, Coors Banquet beer. That's me for today. And here I am. And you're welcome, Coors.
Yeah. So if we can't get Yingling, we're going after Coors. I just sent Courtney another email invite link.
But I mean, what did you think about them smoking the quarter mile scoreboards down in the quarter mile breaking record car?
So I thought it was pretty cool to have it during an event as big as U.S. Street Nationals. Eric Dillard's a great driver. Like I've raced against him like my whole freaking life, and he's not somebody I want sitting in another lane. I respect him as a competitor. I do want to crush him, but watching them continually get faster with that thing, it got my blood. It made me look at it and think that maybe we'll make a quarter mile run one time. Phil Schuler walked up to him and told him if they put a screw blower in that piece of junk that had been done 4 days ago. So that was good. If I get Phil to just say that on the internet, but he won't. No, it was not, Maddie, it was not NHRA legal. That was a full-blown outlaw setup, and it looked like they're trying to make a little poke at the door car record. But any of that nonsense is futile.
Hang on. Trip Rogers said Coors is on board. How much y'all want?
Hey! I promise you, can't nobody mess up money like me. And if you don't believe me, ask anybody I've ever run a car for them. They'll tell you. I don't want to. Is he talking about how much money we want or how much beer we want?
That's what if you're talking about how much beer we want, well, then that's a different conversation for a different day. If we're talking about how much money we need, that can happen.
What's my
right
email?
now.
What's my email, Matt? Matt will put my email up. What's my email, Matt?
Stevie Yeah, Stevie at steviefast.com.
StevieFast.com, Trip. Send me an email, and if you got money and beer, we can get rid of both of them. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so-
Courtney, while you were lost in while Keith Haney had the Chinese weather balloon over your house again, we're talking about that orange car blasting quarter mile at US Street. What is your opinion on that?
That was freaking out of control. And on top of it, they were hot lapping it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So I didn't see. We can't tell watching from home. I wasn't there. We're piled in trying to get our division team going. Hey, Courtney, your volume is perfect according to Powell.
It is much better.
Well, we're on the trusty iPhone.
You done scrapped all the technology. We're back to iPhone. I didn't know how many runs they made. We just saw what you guys showed us.
So they were going like beginning of the session and end of the session. And Victor, they came up and asked him like, hey, if we go first, what do you think? And Victor's like, well, I think the session will be better in the evening or at the end of the session. And they were like, no, fuck that. We want to run twice. And no shit, I watched him come back about 20 minutes back in the lane. So to me, what was most impressive was they were doing that quickly.
Yeah, if it had a racing motor in it, you can't run it like that.
That is
Craig
no
Cook.
fucks
Hey,
given.
see my Stevie Fast Web pack from last episode. Thank you very much. Thank you, Craig. I've got Matt nerding on a way to for where you can give some stuff away each episode. Last time, my internet connection and the way that the comments show that they come in probably aren't accurate. So I got to figure out a better voodoo way to figure out who wins. So by the next Shake and Bake, we're going to have some better, cooler giveaway and some more definitive way to make sure who wins. Because I don't want a bunch of folks to be
So
arguing.
are we no giveaways this week?
Yeah, no, give it away. What do you want to do? Y'all want to have a giveaway?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do it.
it's
You're not
been an
gonna do
hour.
it.
What do you want to give away?
I mean, I've got another pair of heat waves and a t-shirt for sure.
You got it with you?
I got the t-shirt.
All right, so Matt, not Matt, Lyle's giving away some heat waves and a t-shirt. Courtney, what are you giving away?
She's acting frozen. Look.
Hey, just make a funny face again. So, all of our folks, we have so many screenshots of you. You're like this. All right, so
I'm so frustrated. I'm so sorry and frustrated. Y'all are chopping out on my end. So if you're asking if I got something to give away, I got a 4-time EE shirt, not a 5-time, but a 4-time.
Can we give away one of EE's Wallies? All right, so we got a 4-time EE shirt. We got some heat waves and a t-shirt. Matt, what do we want to give away? You want to give away a automatic hole puncher magazine?
No.
Have
Yeah, because that's limited to where we can send that thing to.
Have you guys seen the new full timing no fuel shirt? Put that thing up there. That's a good looking t-shirt right there. Ooh wee!
Somebody needs to give Erica some better internet. That's what they need to give away.
All right. We also got some. Man, that's a good looking deal. All right, so I'm going to give away a full timing no fuel t-shirt and hat.
Do you have a question teed up, or are you just gonna?
I'm fixing to make it up on the fly. I'm gonna go last. All right, Lyle, fire yours away.
America's oldest brewery. Who is it?
I know
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
All right, Matt. Be watching. Dun, 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 dun. James, if you already bought that shirt and you win, you can pick another shirt.
All right. So the first one I see is Ryan Russell.
All right, Junior.
Matt, is that who you saw? Ryan Russell is the first one I saw.
What'd you get, Matt?
Hell, I don't know because I don't know the answer.
Oh, it's Yingling.
I don't drink. That's the wrong guy.
Jesus Christ. I see Ryan Russell as the first Yingling. Is that right? If
Matt's
it is
nerding.
Ryan Russell, you're the winner.
All right, Ryan Russell. CE, what's your question?
I'm going ceremonial for some things I'm doing this week. What year did Right on Track come out?
Hey, I know that. Who's got that? Who's got it?
And we all know my internet won't keep up, so I'll just tell Matt here in the private chat.
Yeah, Matt. See who's smoking around. Was it 1996, 2008, 98, 2001, 2003, 2000?
Christ.
All right, we got a winner. Let's see. I think it is FBM Promotions, but I got to double check that. Hold on. Nope. Connor Thomas is
I don't
correct.
see it yet, but did y'all get my
Justin-
private chat?
Yeah. Justin.
I got it. I already knew that.
Justin
Keep
Kreider.
Okay.
Justin Kreider's the first one I see.
Yep.
Just get it right.
All right. So it's the 20th anniversary, boys.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
I'm old
Come
as
on, man.
fuck.
All right, here we go. At what racetrack? Because I'm gonna always do racing stuff. At what racetrack did I win my first NHRA Wally?
Ooh.
I know where you qualified number one first, but you did not win.
Oh, that was a bad day. Dang, pickup truck transmission took me out. George RB3 says, CE, you're very nice looking. You'll say the same thing about me.
Thanks.
I'll be honest.
See, I'm not going to comment about who won because Matt's nerding on the comments because the way it I'm in a Chevron parking lot. So, Matt, do you even know the answer to that?
I think I know, but I'm not 100% sure without looking.
I can see a right answer in chat. I just don't know who's first.
Just tell me who it is. We'll look. I think it's Charlotte.
Are you crazy? I didn't win Charlotte till after I almost died. Topeka,
Oh, yeah.
2017.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wild Bill Hickok strapped me some dang tune-up in there and went down there and teabagged the field.
Hey, Justin.
I think we need a teabag counter. You've said the word teabag 48 times.
Yeah, we need just a Lipton, one of those Lipton iced tea fucking tea bags up there in the corner. We need one of those.
Yeah, Matt, I need you to start nerding on a Lipton teabag counter.
Ryan Russell, send me an email to lyle@lylebarnettracing.com, and I will send you your heat waves. And I just need a t-shirt size and a shipping address.
There you go.
And
We got the one.
Yeah, it looks like we've got. Hold on, I lost it. Bruce Young looks like the winner for Topeka.
Bruce Young.
So send me an email with a screenshot of your YouTube account to matt@steviefast.com. And
Matt at steviefast.com, Bruce Young, and we'll get you smoked out. Put your t-shirt size in there too. And if you already have a full-time and no fuel shirt, we'll swap you out.
If you don't mind too, the guy who
Bruce
won
Young.
mine, Matt, I'm gonna have him send it to you,
That's
and
just-
then you send it to me if that's okay.
Justin Kreider is who that was.
Yeah, I get you covered.
Thanks,
All
Matt.
right, how about that?
Yes, that's correct.
Stevie, when did you license in a top alcohol dragster?
It's actually a funny story. So when I decided I want to race cars for a living, I had no idea how to do it. So I just I got on the internet. I think it was 2005 or maybe earlier. I'll have to look for sure. And I just Googled, I want to race top fuel cars. And I found Frank Hawley's drag racing school on the internet. And I called down there and I just called up the front desk. I was like, yep. I said, y'all got some of the cars with a blower on it. I want to learn how to drive one. And they're like, okay. They're like, what kind of racing experience you got? Drag radio, been grudge racing my whole life. What is grudge racing? I'm trying to tell them. And I can't imagine being on the other side of the phone call from that conversation. I was like, no. I drive really fast stuff and I race people for $100,000 on a Thursday night in the middle of the night. And they're like, okay. So anyways, I just drove down there. It took me about a year to save up $10,000. And I showed up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna drive the alcohol car. So we started going out through there. And if you want to explore the profession of being a professional race car driver, you need to go to Frank Hawley's drag racing school, because nobody will put things into perspective like Frank will. And it's the first time I ever had anybody really ask me if I was an idiot or not. And I'm in there and I stall the thing out and I'm trying to drive the clutch and you have to shift. And this is a race car. And the first time I actually drove something with a clutch and manually shifted, blown alcohol deal. And Frank was really tough on me. And at the end of the class, I thought he hated me. And then by the time we got done and I licensed, I ended up kind of realizing that he saw something in me that he probably has seen in folks in the past. And he was tough on me because he wanted me to show the other folks there how to do it. So I ended up having to go first out every morning. I ended up getting a couple runs thrown out. One time it goes up and shakes the tires. I rip the throttle on it, stick it in high gear, and run it to the finish line. And I come back, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what Frank said, but he's like, basically, what the F are you doing in my race car? I was like, well, I was making the run. He's like, you're supposed to go to the 330. Went like 590 at like 260. So that run was thrown out. That was another 1250. So it was in the early to mid 2000s, and when I left there, I was full of piss and vinegar. I did well, and like that's really kind of where my career started. If you're serious about driving race cars, you want somebody to tell you if you're good at it or not. You need to go to Frank Hawley's, and I still have a good relationship with Frank, and I'll still go back there even now. Like people that think they got race car driving figured out, just wait. Wait till you have one of those good seasons where you go out there and suck and go 090 all year. And I would recommend anybody to do recurrent training in that. It was a great experience, and I lean on it a lot during big rounds now.
Erica actually had a similar start there too. She did alcohol funny car at Frank Hawley School.
Really?
Yep.
I bet he didn't talk to her like he talked to me.
Baloney.
One of my former teammates, James Bond, just went and did that again, and he said it was awesome. He said he had these are professional race car drivers that still go and love stuff. And part of being a really good race car driver is being humble enough to know that you never have it figured out. So I respect that a lot when I see somebody going down there.
The Magaha kid, Magaha, he just went back too.
Really?
Yep, I saw him, and I don't remember who he went with. Maybe it was his sister. I'm not sure. I half followed, but yeah, I saw he went back to kind of refresh and get better.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I didn't go to Frank Hawley's, but not an equivalent, but some similar. I licensed with Randy Meyer following the Las Vegas Nationals in November, and I guess Halloween into November. And Randy Meyer's the same way. Like that dude, I went up there the first run, and I mean I've never driven anything, and that thing's a little different. It's not the same kind of clutch that Stevie licensed with, but it still had a clutch. And I had never driven a dragster one that was that fast or anything of that nature. So I go up there and put it in the first light. I eased it into fully staged, and I shoved the clutch back to the floorboard, which this was a naturally aspirated nitro injected A-fuel dragster, that's not what you do. So I realized that before I hit the gas, and I let off of the clutch, but I didn't really let it get loaded up again, and it didn't make a very good run. And I got back, and Randy's like, "The fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Randy, I don't really know, man. I just know that I wasn't doing what I should have been doing." He was like, "Yeah, that's right." So I made 4 runs that day and got licensed. And on my first full run to the quarter, I go through the traps and the cockpit in that thing, like he has all drivers of shapes and sizes drive his cars, and he has a great program there and has won many national championships, and they do well. But the chute lever was pinned up against the hoop. So when I went through the finish line, you're holding onto a steering wheel. I'm used to holding a steering wheel, and these things are those little butterfly deals. And I'm swiping for the chute lever, and I swipe like once, twice. I mean, I just went 270, 3 times, 4 times. And I finally realized that my right hand wasn't getting it. So I swapped hands on the steering wheel. And when I did that, I drove the car into the left lane. But I swiped it with my left hand. I mean, I wasn't 100, 200 feet from the turnoff, right? And the chutes come out and it stops it enough. And I grabbed the handbrake and I got it off. And when they saw me make the turn, Randy turned around to my dad and he was like, "I just want to let you know that today we rented 1 lane, not 2, because I used both of them to get that thing off the racetrack." But that's a totally different animal from what I was used to. I'm sure, you experienced the same thing, but being in a cockpit like that, and it's, this one was not one of the canopy deals, but was open, and you've got a clutch pedal and you've got a fuel. I had to, turn the fuel wide open and ease it in with a handbrake and let off the clutch and put my foot in the middle, and it was a totally different ball game to drive that thing. But Randy, a great coach, a great teacher, and I got my top alcohol license, and I made 4 runs that day, I think. So got it done.
Dude, that's great. When that thing's got a man pedal over there, and double E's a lady pedal,
Yep.
That's a whole different operation.
She prefers man pedal.
pedal. All right, so it's Q&A time from the fans. If you guys got something you want us to talk about, fire it up in the chat. I know this will be coming quick. We'll try to respond and see what happened. Wow, that when you got that license pass deal, how great does that feel?
Oh,
Like
dude.
you go through there and you're like, damn, I am good enough for somebody to sign up on that
Yeah.
thing.
So when I made the good run, like I went 531 or 534 at 270 and some change. Like it made a pretty stout run. I think I was 40, and like in those things we don't have a trans brake. You stomp the pedal, when it's time to go. I think I was 40. That's not letting go. That's stomping down, I guess. Loud pedal style. Clay Milliken.
Yeah, that's this is the first show we haven't had Clay in chat. I feel pretty bad. So we got some folks that want to get C in a ride. We got some other folks we can't talk about. Door Slammer in Australia. I do want to come. That is on my bucket list. I love Australia, and I love the fans in Australia. How long children Top Fuel? I don't think Top Fuel's ready for me yet. I'll tune a turbo car for Lyle. I'll tune a damn Model T and win. Lyle wants to drive it. RVW's not dead. It's coming back. We not only is Timmy Meisner going to teabag the field this year. There's another teabag, but there's more people that are building RVW cars than there are in a lot of other classes. It was on life support for a while, but I'm excited to see where it's going. Courtney, you ever get back in a car?
I mean, I would. I wouldn't do it professionally. I wouldn't do it for my job for anything, but I don't care to race anything with nitro.
Nothing with nitro. How long before I get my license back? I don't know. The NHRA Nazis. You ought to see this letter I got to give them. Basically, I got to get my doctor to sign off on a piece of paper that says that I'm definitely good to hit the wall at 250. I'm fine to do that. It won't kill me or damage my neck in any way. So as soon as I grease off a doctor to sign that, I'll get my license back. Probably June, July.
I had one, Lyle, no prep or pro mod. Man, they both have their places in my life. I like my no prep racing. It's like I told Lizzie Musey and some of them on Facebook one time. They got all butt hurt. I come over to No Prep Kings and do the no prep racing because it's easy. If I'm feeling down, Stevie's been there, feeling a little down, hadn't won in a while.
Yeah,
just go no prep racing. Go over there and win a little bit and come back. No,
like
but I do.
Like trying to play a skee ball game against a 4-year-old.
Yeah, me and Pete, we spent a lot of time developing our no prep program. We've done very well with it. It's not always easy. No prep king small tire is easy, but the no prep racing deal is fun. There's nothing like the speed and the adrenaline of driving a pro mod when you rip loose of the button in one of them screw blown hot rods and it goes a low 19 or a 9.0 to the short time. It's a good time. So they're two totally different deals, and I don't want to go without either one of them.
Heck yeah. Courtney, you see any questions to you? Go ahead.
One, the noise that people keep referring to, I think is Stevie. I think it's a vibration in the car because I've done switched devices. I don't know. I've done switched devices and it's the same noise. So people can make their little comments about the X-rated. But
my radio voice.
It's probably so we've eliminated my problem. And
so
two,
Scott Vaughn.
What?
Go ahead. No, go.
I was going to say, two, I've seen it 10 times about me and Justin Swanstrom. It's a joke. We're buddies. It's a joke. We're buddies.
Matt, that's 5 beers, by the way.
Yeah, Matt. What are you doing? You're supposed to be nerding. Yeah.
Scott Vaughn, I'm not sure if I'm making MPK Virginia. That's the same weekend. So they are bringing back, God, good time for this. They are bringing back Civil Wars at Rockingham Dragway. That's it. Stevie's ran Civil Wars way back in the day when we were small tire racing. It was like a staple drag race in North Carolina for a long time. They're bringing it back. We're sponsoring the race. MacFab is, and they're having a 1/8 mile to 1/4 mile no prep race, which is different. And I kind of feel like I should probably be there. So I'm not sure yet. It depends on kind of who's paying what and what's going on, but more than likely we'll be at Rockingham for Civil Wars.
That's exciting. Civil Wars, The Rock, man, that's door car racing nirvana right there. Lyle's not killing the beers. If we had a beer counter last time, we would be at like 11. But the problem is we're going a different direction because Yingling is not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we're
Yeah,
going.
and I don't know how many of them have drinking Coors Banquet beers, but you can't drink too many of those and work tomorrow. So
Well, it's a little watered down, so I feel like it's diluted.
not a
Right.
banquet beer. We're talking about Coors Light's
Somebody
watered
wants
down.
to know who would win if Keith Haney and Jay Cox ever raced each other.
Who
It'd be
cares?
like watching. You ever seen a
Who
lobster
cares?
race? You ever seen a lobster race where they put the lobsters in a tank and they try to get them bitches to like go down there, but they never do. They just
They,
end up
like-
like hugging and stuff, and then somebody puts some motherfuckers in a deep fryer. That's what would happen. Nobody would win.
I love Jay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna pop in. We've had a bunch of people place orders. We appreciate it. I've reached out to a few of y'all because a bunch of people placed orders but didn't have any questions. I've had some people say no, keep on going. Appreciate the show and enjoy it. But if y'all want y'all's comments, y'all can reply back to my emails as well that I'm emailing y'all.
Yeah, if you guys will buy some stuff from Lyle Barnett and Stevie Fast, put some comments on there. We guarantee you will get you on the air if you got a question. I'm not guaranteeing you that I'll answer your question, but we'll get you on the air. Don't ask me anything silly.
Yeah, somebody just said Bud Light.
Mm.
Let me tell you something, man.
Somebody just asked me,
Yeah.
dad bod or ripped bod?
Lyle, do you live in Gastonia?
So I do currently. My address is currently Gastonia, but I am my house is on the market, and we are fixing to move local to MacFab, which is it's 2.5 hours from Gastonia. So no, for the time being, yes, but not for long.
What do we think about Ryan McCain's new car and his performance? I picked them to win, so I think they ran good. They did very well for a new car. I picked them to win. I think when you see that team come out with a car, I mean, they're from Augusta, so they're going to probably be awesome. And then they're probably going to teabag the rest of the field. There's teabag counter. I picked them to
Teabag
win.
count.
I think they did great. Matt, need teabag counter. Let's see what we got. Eagles or Chiefs. I'm picking the Eagles. Who do you like, CE, and who do you like, Lyle?
Oh, I'm picking the Eagles.
I picked the Eagles by 14. Don't knock.
I mean, I think the Eagles are going to win, but I just don't.
Hey, that's a good question. High Octane Property says, if they gave a weight break for older cars, what pro mod would you build?
So they kind of do, but I really think it needs to be something old and cool, the old 50 stuff. I love the stuff that's really not aerodynamic. I like the Buick that Ty Totoro was driving, this past race and at US Street. They just got, there's so much performance disadvantage from not having a new model Camaro. It needs to be 25 to 50 pounds. If they had some really old cool stuff, I'd have a Willys or something cool. Something neat.
Somebody in here just commented and said Bud Light, nectar of the gods. Bud Light is the nectar of junior high. Don't ever say that again. It is not
All
the
your fuel
nectar
tank
of-
for a Pro Trojan
of
combo.
any
So Sydney, I've got a lot of questions about this. I've heard I'm gonna have a red hat and stuff. So Sydney Frigo's car has fuel tech on it. I am still a Holly representative and a Holly brand ambassador. If I have a choice, that's what it's gonna have. I can run any FI known to man, and I'm looking forward to learning how to run some of the fuel tech stuff. But for me, I'll run anything. I've run Motec, I've run Fuel Tech, I'll run Haul Tech, I'll run Holly. Whatever we're running, it all puts fuel in the engine. Definitely older than a 68. Yeah, because the 68, 69 Camaro is a great looking car, but I'd like to have older stuff too.
Ricky Mitchell, yes, I have Beer Money merchandise is just to my right here at MacFab.
All right, CE, you have the floor. D. Davis says me and Lyle need to shut the hell up and let you talk. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What you got to say?
I was just reading I think the one that I saw was the dad bod or the ripped bod. I gotta say, I work my ass off for a ripped bod, so I'm going ripped bod. Dad
There you
bods
go.
are out.
Really? I would have lost that bet.
Well, here, I mean, I get it. I get why you're saying that, but like, I've kind of been thinking lately that I work my ass off, so why shouldn't the shit I touch be as nice as mine?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go after something that's not ripped up or whatever, but at the same time, like most of the God, who fucking cares? Most of the guys
I know
that are
what you're saying, but here's my deal is I like to go to the gym, so like do that with me, and that produces that. So it's not about the ripped bod, it's about the activity that I like to do.
All right, right. Fair enough.
Fair.
Hey,
Fair.
Jeffrey Barker, are you drinking Natural Light right now?
Probably is.
Probably.
That's
Look
why
at
he's
that
got-
sexy
that's why
Mark
he's-
Max racing vehicle right there, boy. I burnt the heads off of that about 50 times.
Golly, man, I cannot keep up with these.
I saw somebody asked earlier, Lyle, what kind of beer that you smashed on your head when you won?
Oh, those are Yingling Lights, baby.
Here's
You
what
know-
I can.
That's right.
Here's what I can nearly guarantee you. If Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl and Phil doesn't kill me, I have a video of him. So I have a standing bet with Phil. Anytime he wins a race, he has to drink one beer. Phil doesn't drink. Phil Schuler doesn't drink. But anytime we've ever won, I can force him to drink one beer. And that man can suck down a 16-ounce or 20-ounce beer in about 3 seconds because he hates it. So he does it to get done with it. I have a video of him shotgunning a Coors Light. So if Philadelphia Eagles win, I'm either going to make him drink a beer there and I'll get it so I can put it on the internet, or I'm going to post the video that I have of Phil shotgunning a Coors Light when we won Texas Stampede Speed.
This is probably the most out of left field comment I've seen yet. Stevie, would you do steroids if they helped you get back on the track faster?
So here's a true story. So when I had my neck done,
Oh, man.
I had my neck done. I'm an all-in type of guy. So I'm meeting we're in pre-op. We're meeting with the neurosurgeon. I got the head of the doctor. I got the honcho, like super surgeon guy. I asked to see his knife he was going to cut me with. And I asked him this question. I said, listen, man, guys, I really want to go back racing. Is there anything you can do to like help it heal up faster? I was like, can you give me like some calcium injections or like shoot me up full of some Deca, give me some testosterone or
So the answer is
Jurassic
yes.
Park dinosaur steroid. So I asked them to do that, and everyone said my heart would explode if I had them give me what I wanted them to give me. So yes, I would do it. Have I sourced it? No. Steroids won't make bone grow faster. It makes muscle grow. So I'm trying to get in I drink like a lot of milk now. I got a dietitian and he's giving me the right amount of vitamin D and E and all the crap that makes your spine grow. So as fast as that shit grows back together, I'll be back in the car.
Somebody said you're going to be Matt Hagen in 2 months.
I don't know. I don't know if I can eat that much. That's a big old dude. Like all you folks that see Matt Hagen on TV and think that they like shoot him to look that big, that son of a gun's bigger than that. I'm sitting beside him at the bar and my head's at his shoulders and his arm's bigger than my chest. And
Dude,
like,
his neck is huge.
That is, and like everybody's like, oh, whatever. That dude works out hard. You go to the hotel on a race weekend, because we most of the time stay in a hotel. At 5 a.m., he's working out. Like he does it because he wants to be good at his job. And no, I will not probably ever be that big.
Stevie, did you ever drive a junior dragster? I saw that earlier.
By the time I started racing, I drove like a 63 Nova. But like they didn't have junior dragsters when I was a kid. I'm old, man. That's the 50 under 50. What is a golden gator? Why does everybody keep asking that? I don't know what that is. Is that something bad we don't need to talk about?
I have no idea.
Matt heard that and figure out what the golden gator is. I'm sure it's something that'll be funny later.
Stevie, somebody asked in an emergency who you would rather have fly your plane, me or Lyle.
Neither one of y'all need to fly my plane. You're still dead.
Come on, man. What do you mean I'm still dead?
So you're going to die today. Like, how do you want to die? It's the same death. If somebody's got to fly me in emergency, I'm calling my man Peter Smith, CIA agent.
Well,
right,
fuck him.
fine.
We're tag teaming that.
I was going to say, I'll remember that.
Merch message from Fred. Have you ever heard it? I don't know what that means, Matt. You're going to have to enlighten me.
Courtney, if you and I had to fly a plane together, who's taking off and who's landing?
No chance in life.
We're a team, baby. Everything together all the
Y'all
time.
be team dead. Here's a true story. When I fly Phil in my plane, this is how bad Phil Schuler wants to win. He will only fly in the back seat because he says he wants to live longer than me. So if we crash, he's going to be alive for 1/10 of a second longer than I am, so he wanted life. And that's a true damn story.
Yeah, I believe that.
He literally sits in the back?
He sits in the back so that he can survive to crash longer than me. I told him I'm going to crash it from the back.
Yeah, just drag the old tail in there.
Golden Gators, somebody peeing on you while you're passed out at a Gators game. Nah, if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan, you don't have that happening because
I
you're
was gonna
doing
say,
the teabagging.
Yeah,
You're
we don't
like
have to
giving
worry
them.
about that. Y'all just
Yeah.
give the Golden Gator to each other.
Yeah.
Steer
That
Lyle
took a
coming from New
turn.
England, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew it was going to be something bad because it kept quitting to ask. But this is the Shake and Bake show. We don't filter this.
At all.
Matt's a
And
beast.
if you
Yeah,
don't
Matt's
like
pretty
it,
beast.
fuck
If
you.
you need some nerding done, Matt's the nerdiest nerd I've ever nerded with.
That's awesome.
So I did
Come
have
to New
a
England Dragway. Yes.
Stevie's going to pick me up on his way up. I'm going to fly up with him.
Boy, you got a death wish. Do I remember racing at Pageland Dragway with an orange car? Yes, that was awesome. We went 530s there and almost died. I love Pageland Dragway. All those old tracks that we went to that were dangerous. I mean, that's how you get the skill set.
What's crazy is you went 530s there back when, I guess that's when Top Street was a thing.
Yep. Well, it was probably 540s then, but yeah, Top Street.
But like now we're going that fast there and no prep. I mean, it's just crazy how that stuff evolves. Like you were running in a what we call prep racing back then, and now we're no prep racing at Pageland, and we're going faster than that.
Yep.
And it's just a thing, right?
What's the track any sure should go back to? Darlington.
Man, they're Rockingham, but Rockingham would take a lot of work there.
We are going back to
DRA's back.
We're going to go to SCSN in Vegas. I want to go run SCSN. I've never been out there and beat the death out of the West Coast guys. If I can get some people that want to go out there and want to go, I'll stay over and go run that.
Chase D's asked Lyle, would you get in a dirt super late model? So it's funny you ask. I did the Mike Wallace racing experience, and I drove a super late model, and I knew that I was doing it right when the guy you can't talk back, but they have the earpieces in so they can talk to you, and they're like, whatever my car number was. They sit in the World of Outlaws, slow her down a little bit. Like, motherfucker, I paid to be out here, and I can tell you one thing: you got to come here and stop me before I lift off of this thing. So yes, I think that dirt, especially outlaw wing sprint car drivers, they carry their nuts around in wheelbarrows. I have a slight obsession with dirt racing. I've never really done much of it, but I do like it and want to do some of that in the future, whether I race it for real or not. It is something that tickles my fancy. So yes, I do have interest in getting in one.
All right, answer that, Double E, from Tony Beal. The recent pick of you and Randy Lynn, where's that taken? When?
The new one was taken in Topeka. The old one was taken at Sealy Raceway in Sealy, Texas, I believe. And you called me Double E, so.
I'm already going. If you ever at the track and you want Courtney's attention, let me tell you how to get it, and you're going to get something thrown at your head at about 40 miles an hour. So if I call her more than 2 or 3 times and she don't answer, all you got to do is say Erica's sister, and something's coming at you. So you got to be ready to duck, but she's going to look at you as a wheel balance or weight or something comes.
But it works. I turn around.
Yeah. Stevie, what tire were you on when you went 419 at Holly Springs?
The old 315, not the 315 Pro, the old gangster 315. That day right there changed my professional motorsports career. And like I put up everything we had trying to do that. But because of that run, I got my first professional contract racing cars because I told them, you want to buy the quickest drag rail car in the world? By the end of today, on Sunday night, I'll have it for you. I called them and told them, all right, you want the quickest one in the world? I got it. And that's how that deal happened.
They ask, where is that? How fast can a 20? God dang, these things go fast.
All right, one more minute and we got to go. We're 1 hour and 5.
How fast can a 28-10-5 bias ply go at a radial track?
Whew, the problem is the 28 bias ply is not conducive to that much glue. I've been 4.0s with it a long time ago, but I don't know the answer to that or what it could run.
Yeah, I think it's.
Hey, I want to, while you guys are filtering through there, I want to give a shout out to the tenacity of the Shake and Bake show for tonight.
Man,
Stevie
we've
Fast,
got a lot of fans been on here a long time.
But also Stevie Fast in a parking lot, damn near ample to get shot in a second. We got businessman Lyle Barnett over there, and we got Courtney on Oklahoma during a tornado internet with a barking dog. So appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
We even survived Danny's weather balloon.
When Stevie and I had came up with the idea to do this show, he asked me, he said, how many people do you think that we'll get on a weekly basis? And I'm like, man, I think we are killing it if we get 500 people. And I've looked tonight several times, and we've averaged well over 800. So we obviously do this for you guys. We can't do it without you, and we appreciate you tuning in every week. We plan to have Courtney as a recurring guest, as long as Stevie and I can manage to make this thing happen. If he can stay healthy and I can stay healthy, and Courtney can manage to find a couple bottles of gas station wine about once a month, we'll have her back on.
Go in there and get some.
Yeah, hopefully we can get her out of Oklahoma and back to where they have.
My house was fine. Let the record reflect.
Real internet service, but all of you, I see some familiar names commenting in here, and I see some I've never seen before, and we just appreciate it, dude. We enjoy doing this, and we do it for all of you. So tune in every other Tuesday, except for following big time race weekends. We're going to do one the following Tuesday after that. But you guys fucking kill it, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. When me and Lyle come up with this deal, I didn't know if it was going to fly. And as long as you guys show interest, we're going to give you the real side of drag racing. It won't be pretty. We're going to say some stuff that's stupid. We're going to slip up and say some stuff that we don't need to say on the internet. But I promise you guys we'll give it to you real, and I promise you we'll say what we think. And it takes a lot of balls to come on here and do this live. Matt, hit the beer counter. Pow. It takes a lot of balls to come on and do a live show. Everybody likes to pre-record it and have it polished. Come on here and say something that'll get your career canceled and not be able to take it back.
I had a fan send me a message, and they said that they were super disappointed in the foul language and what we were talking about. And listen, if there's 800 and almost 900, or there is 900 of you on here right now, if you've got your kids in the living room, put some AirPods in, hook up a pair of these, do whatever you got to do. This is not for the kids. Like we said this from day one. Like we're gonna tell it like it is. We're gonna cuss. We're gonna talk about things that your kids shouldn't hear and shouldn't talk about. Matt Jacobs, thanks, dude. But this is not for your grandkids. This is the real and the raw side of drag racing, and this is how we're gonna do it from here forward. You can send us messages complaining about it. Tell us we need to change it. This is who we are. This is what we are, and this is what we're going to continue to be. So if you guys want to continue tuning in, clearly there's at least 900 of you that think this is the right way to do it. So this is just how it's going to be. So you either tune in or you don't. We don't care either way. This is where we're going to be every other Tuesday.
And I appreciate you guys. When we see you guys pop in and drop a super sticker or something like that, or buy some merchandise, we really appreciate it. Like, we're not wealthy folks. We love what we do. I really love spending time with you guys. I've been trying to find a way for a long time that I can spend some time with you guys. When we're at the racetrack and we see you guys come by, I love hanging out with you, but I'm still at work. And this is a cool way for us to get to spend time with you guys. Answer some of your questions and talk about what we think in a non-politically correct, as you know, deal. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys not next Tuesday at 7:30. Tuesday, lights out week. We're going to do some race predictions. It's going to be exciting. Y'all are going to want to tune in to the next Farmer Fran segment. I've already got the magazine. It's loaded on that one. It's going to be good. We appreciate you watching. You guys want to sign off with anything before we go?
See, thank you for coming on again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
did great.
Thanks for dealing with that.
We appreciate
coming up and telling us that you like the show.
Yeah, we appreciate the resilience of the Keith Haney weather balloon. What's that?
See you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys. Thanks, Matt, for taking time out of your Tuesday. And we'll see you guys. I'll post some testing updates from Bradenton over the next couple days, as long as I don't catch on fire. And we appreciate it. Matt, roll the end of screen.
Hit City.
Okay, love.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah!
I got it.